Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Good morning, guys. This is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. How you doing? Guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your day. So yeah, I have two things that I want to bring up and show to your attention. And the last one, I was just able to find that's going to be at the end of the video. So I have two things that I just want to show you here and speak on, guys. And I'm trying to just use some critical thinking here. So welcome to my channel. Guys, I want you to put things aside and just here. I just want to play this video because I think it's unfair. And it has nothing to do, I know, I love Patrick. I'm a gay woman who's madly in love with Patrick Rourke, who I've never met before. No. I'm somebody that has worked in correctional facilities, and I've seen people be accused of shit that they didn't do and found guilty of shit that they didn't do. From one inmate to another, and I've seen the justice system fail people. So when I see those things, I need to say, hey, wait a minute, please, let's look at it a different way. We can't hold people accountable and guilty with just assumptions. We can't do that. And anymore, public opinion matters. It matters because we have social media. Back in the day, people forgot shit. Now everything's being recorded. So, guys, I just want you to use some critical thinking. I'm not saying that this is correct or not. But what I'm saying is there's no proof. So please, let's go through this. And I don't mean anything about this content creator in a bad way at all. It doesn't matter who this content creator is. A friend of mine sent this to me. And they said Patrick Rourke caught fibbing on Facebook. And I said to them, where in this video do you see proof of that? Or do you just see an assumption? Well, Eric wouldn't say that. He certainly wouldn't say that. But that doesn't mean he's not saying it to set somebody else up. Or somebody else isn't doing it to set somebody else up. It doesn't mean that Patrick did it. Unless there's proof, actual proof, I don't understand why we're not where that went. I don't know where the proof went. We accused somebody of abusing Timmy, only to find there was no abuse. We have to stop that, guys. We have to stop that. And I haven't done that with Eric. I've only mentioned facts with Eric. Eric has their money. Eric left. Eric didn't say anything. Took Eric 3 times to get a protective order. All of this is true. Go on Eric's channel. You'll see where he asked for money several times and said that he didn't. You'll see where he was in contradiction of himself, saying he laid out the money for shit when pizzas were delivered, and where you see where he wrote that that he was getting the money back from the reimbursement from the Whittaker's payments. I've put these videos up there. You guys have seen them. It's just like that. So while we watch this, I just want you guys to just use critical thinking and put yourself in a position. Okay? Listen. I'm not saying what Eric did was what Eric or Patrick did was right. I'm not saying that what they did was right. What I'm saying is we should still not accuse people of more stuff when we don't have proof. We just don't have proof. It's an opinion. It could be a setup. Why is that impossible for that to go into somebody's head and say, wait a minute, maybe this is true. Maybe it's not. No, this gentleman sees this as proof. And I'm sorry, I just don't see it. I don't mean any disrespect to this person. I just don't see it. And I don't think it's fair to put it out there. So let's listen, guys.
Well, as some of you may know, I've been reporting on the Whittaker situation ever since everything started spiraling out of control.
Now, I don't know if this gentleman's on Facebook or YouTube. You could see his name in there, and you could go and check him out. But let's listen, because he's been covering them.
I've definitely made some enemies along the way, one including Patrick Rourke himself.
I've made some enemies too. And guys, I was trying to open this up and see if there was more to it, because I wanted to see the connection, but I couldn't anyway, listen.
Patrick took it upon himself to block me on his personal page because I guess I may have said some things that didn't align with his agenda.
I think that we should be able to ask each other questions. I don't think we should block people for asking questions. However, I don't know what this gentleman put in there. I would assume he was just asking questions. But if you're calling people's names, or you're making blanket statements or repeating yourself a million times, I could see where you would be blocked. So I don't know how or why. So I'm not really going to comment on that, guys. I have to comment on his video because I can't use it in the entirety without breaking it up and commenting on it. So.
Well, last night I started noticing that I was getting notifications on my little blue app from the Whittaker family page themselves.
I assume the little blue app is Facebook. That's what I assume.
One of them being a comment saying, "You and Eric would make a cute couple." On another video, the Whittaker family commented on my page and they said something about getting my facts straight and called me Chum Lee.
That's not cool. That's not cool. I don't think that's cool that people do that. I really don't. There's a nicer way of saying, "Sir, you might have your facts wrong," or "This is why I think you have your facts wrong," and give you an example. That's helpful, because then you could say, "Oh no, I have proof here. Here it is." Or, "Oh, I didn't see that. Let me check that out." That's how we go further in a conversation. Blanket statements like "you got your facts wrong" doesn't say anything. Just says that you know how to speak English. Seriously. And calling somebody names because of the way they look, well, we all know how I feel about that. That's not okay. It's not okay whether the man has the right information or the wrong information. His looks have nothing to do with it. If he's not making fun of that person, that nobody should be making fun of him.
That doesn't really bother me. But that lets me know one thing. It lets me know that was Patrick Rourke commenting from that page.
Why, sir? Why does that make Patrick responsible for that? Why? Because you think so? Because you don't think somebody from the Whittaker channel can't be trying to set somebody else up? You don't think that that's at all possible? Sit back and say, "Wait a minute. Maybe this isn't from Patrick." Like, I could see where you would think, "Oh, that's Patrick." But then if you sit back for a minute, wouldn't that be something that somebody might do to throw you off? I'm not saying it's not Patrick, but I'm not saying it's definitely Patrick. Personally, I don't think it's Patrick. I think somebody's doing that to throw you off and to fuck with you. That's what I think. And to maybe make Patrick look bad. I don't know, but I wouldn't want to be convicted on an assumption. Man, you could set anybody up nowadays. But you have to use critical thinking to say, is it real? Isn't it real? Does it make sense? Why would Patrick get onto a page that he says he has no connection with? He has actually shown us some emails that show that he doesn't have any connection. He had limited control over the Whittaker's family Facebook. He showed that receipt. Remember, I think Lady K put that up. I think I put that up. It's been around. There's a receipt that shows that he did not have full managerial position over Facebook. It was a limited position. He had no control over the money. Now that was shown. So we shouldn't pay attention to that. Maybe that was fake. And we should just go with the fact that you pissed him off so much so that he's just going to come on here and say nasty things for you to believe it is him. I'm just not getting that. I just am not getting that. I don't think it's Patrick, but I got something I want to hold Patrick accountable for. But hang on a second. Just hang on a second. I want this gentleman to go ahead with what he was saying.
Well, here's one situation that we need to address. In the video that was stated on Patrick's live just yesterday, Patrick said that he has access to one account. One account being his personal account, and that is the only account that he has access to and he gets monetization from. Well, obviously, from the comments, I can tell that it wasn't Eric that was commenting from the Whittaker's family page. It was Patrick.
And I just want to see the proof of that, sir, because otherwise it's just an assumption. It might be a good assumption. Again, you might be right, but I'm not going to buy into that because I want to see proof. Show me where it's his comment from Patrick Rourke. Show me that, and then I'll be on board with this. Otherwise, it could be anybody's comment, in all fairness, sir. It could be. So I don't mean any disrespect to this fella. I really don't. I just don't think that with what I've seen with that video, I didn't see any proof of anything. So now, guys, this I have a question about. Now, Patrick Rourke made it very clear that anything with the blue check is his, but he doesn't take credit for this. And this is somebody asking, I've read this before, I've had it on my page, asking for a PlayStation 5 for Timmy, asking money to be sent for Timmy. So, listen, Patrick, I don't mean any disrespect to you either, to be honest. But can you explain that? Because you said anything with the blue check was yours. What am I missing here? Please, because maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you guys could tell me what I'm missing. Maybe Patrick could tell me what I'm missing. But according to you, you said anything with the blue check would be you. So just tell me what I'm missing here because I don't know. I'm not trying to accuse. I'm just saying, help me explain like why we shouldn't believe the blue check here. That's all. Guys, this is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. I thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day. Guys, this is the Whittaker story. What a mess. Don't let it be yours, guys. And pray for the Whittakers. Send good vibes to the Whittakers. And take care of yourselves, guys. Thanks. Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip.